Miguel O'Hara was born in the future, at a time long after the modern heroic age of Marvel characters. America is now under the control of large companies like Alchemax, who control everything, including public services like the police force of New York City. Miguel was a young genius who managed to earn enrollment in the Alchemax School for Gifted Youngsters in Westchester. Here, he makes friends with Shaina Kwan, who helps defend him against the bully named Kron, son of powerful Alchemax executive Tyler Stone. As adults, Miguel and Shaina began to date until Miguel cheats on her with a girl named Dana. Miguel at first is an arrogant man who only trusts his apartment's holographic program, Lila, an AI programmed by Shaina. Miguel eventually becomes head of a genetics program at Alchemax, intended to make new superpowered soldiers. Inspired by the now historical superhero Spiderman, he designs the soldiers to use his original power set. After a human test subject dies, Miguel tries to quit Alchemax. However, his boss, Tyler Stone, instead tricks him into taking a new drug called Rapture. The drug rewrites a person's genetics and thus is cripplingly addictive, and only Alchemax can legally produce more of it, thus forcing Miguel to stay at the evil company. Not wanting to be blackmailed, Miguel realizes he can use his lab to restore his genetics to their original state. However, a jealous subordinate sabotages the machine, and Miguel's DNA is rewritten with spider genetics. With his new abilities, and using an old costume from a Day of the Dead festival, Miguel O'Hara becomes the new Spider-Man of the year 2099. At first, Miguel focuses on curing himself, but comes to realize he has been ignorant of the world and the suffering megacorporations have caused. Realizing the inspiration Spider-Man brings to the people around him, Miguel embraces his new identity and publicly declares himself an enemy of the corporations that control this world. However, Spider-Man would not be the only hero to rise up and fight the evils of the future, and would go on to team up with new versions of the Punisher, the X-Men, and what is implied to be the original Doctor Doom. Miguel would eventually team up with the original version of Spider-Man to defeat a time-traveling hobgoblin. He would team up with Peter Parker again in the events depicted in Spider-Man: Shattered Dimensions and Edge of Time to fight both villains within and outside of his own time period. After Miguel asked Shaina to repair Lila for him, Dana and Miguel would eventually break up as she becomes interested in Tyler Stone. As a result of this, Shaina and Miguel become friends again. After Miguel eventually finds out that his real father is Tyler Stone, he leaves town to go travel abroad with Shaina. When he returns, he finds that Doom 2099 has taken over America. Dr. Doom offers Miguel the job of working as CEO of Alchemax, and, wanting to change the company for the better, Miguel accepts the position. Now in control of the company, Miguel orders the police to leave Spider-Man alone and let him protect the people of New York. Miguel would go on to face the original Venom. The symbiote has changed in 100 years and now has acidic blood and saliva. Possessing Tyler Stone's son, Kron, Venom was responsible for the death of Miguel's ex Dana and nearly killed Tyler Stone as well. A new version of the Goblin appears. This Goblin is Miguel's brother and acts out of jealousy for Spider-Man's success and fame. Miguel would have to deal with other threats of the future as well, including bioengineered versions of the Atlanteans, a future version of the Vulture, and the techno-organic alien nemesis known as the Phalanx. Miguel is destined to one day work with the reawakened Steve Rogers to rebuild Earth after the Phalanx attack. Worthy of wielding Thor's hammer, and with the help of Ghost Rider 2099, Miguel reopens Alchemax and ushers in a new era of peace and enlightenment. Once an arrogant kid, only interested in himself, Miguel will one day become a respected galactic hero and a leader to all of humanity. Recently, temporal anomalies have begun to emerge in 2099. To investigate this, Miguel travels back in time with Lila but winds up stranded thanks to Tyler Stone. Working with the superior Spider-Man, Miguel helps to defeat the Goblin Army. Miguel remains in the present for two reasons. First, to keep an eye on the recently started Alchemax Corporation. Second, Miguel wants to keep an eye on his grandfather, Tiberius Stone, and make sure he stays safe. Donning the name Michael O'Mara, he gets a job working at Alchemax. He is soon attacked by another time traveler who claims that Miguel and Alchemax executive Liz Allen are destined to have a significant impact on future events. Liz Allen realizes from this attack that Miguel is Spider-Man 2099 and uses this knowledge to force him to continue working for the company and keeping Tiberius Stone safe. The company has recently begun to sell Spider Slayers to despotic nations around the world. But Tiberius has a change of heart after he is kidnapped by desperate citizens who have been slaughtered by the machines. Miguel is a powerful superhero, already possessing a genius-level intelligence as well as an intimate knowledge of future technology. Miguel has also gained a number of powers after his genetic alterations. This Spider-Man has an enhanced strength and is able to lift up to 10 tons and can jump at least 30 feet into the air. He also possesses enhanced speed, stamina, durability, agility, and reflexes, all on a level far beyond what a normal human is capable of. Miguel's vision is so well enhanced he can see in the dark and detect a person's body heat, but because of this he often is required to wear sunglasses even during the day and even when indoors. Spider-Man 2099 can heal wounds faster than a normal human, and his body has enhanced resilience to being damaged. He also possesses talons, fangs, and organic webbing. Though he can hide his fangs, they do sometimes make it difficult for him to speak. Though untrained in fighting, Miguel is able to use a freestyle technique that makes the most out of his strength and agility. This version of Spider-Man does not normally have a spider sense and is therefore easier to take by surprise. The Spider-Man 2099 costume is made of unstable molecules that resist tearing and damage from his talons. It also produces a low-gravity airfoil that allows Miguel to glide on air currents. Hello and welcome to Comic Island. My name is Arden, and this is my origin and bio for Spider-Man 2099. So this was a fun one to do, and there's a lot of interesting stuff here. I like the idea of Rapture as a drug that rewrites your body's genetic code so you need the drug to live. It's an interesting and even kind of plausible, if very difficult, idea. Of course, there are some things I could do without. Miguel is supposed to have 50% spider DNA, but that's insane, of course, because even a 1% change to your genetics would make you farther from a human than a chimpanzee, and that would almost definitely kill you. It's also a little annoying how everything in Miguel's life is tied to Alchemax. It fits in with the overarching theme of the story where everything is corporate controlled, and therefore it makes sense that Miguel can't do anything without running into Alchemax, but it does get annoying after a while when this is all you hear from the characters. But I digress. Spider-Man 2099 is a cool character and definitely worth checking out. Peter David wrote both the original Spider-Man 2099 arc and the current ongoing series, and they are both worth checking out. There is some silliness in those stories, but I really like both of them and they're worth your time. I also really enjoyed the video game Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, and while I have heard good things about Edge of Time, I haven't had a chance to try that one out for myself. I'm also looking forward to whatever role Miguel will have in the upcoming Spider-Verse event, and this should be a lot of fun too. So what do you guys think of Spider-Man 2099? Are there any other Origins bios you would like me to do in the future? Let me know in the comments section, and, as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep reading comics.